que corre el tiempo, pégate y zumba conmigo con movimiento. Esta me lleva esa vida que corre el tiempo, pégate y zumba conmigo con movimiento. Con movimiento.
Hi, I'm Tarja De Silva. I'd say I'm first a dancer, and then I'm also a competitive dancer, a show dancer, as well as a teacher of dance. So dancing all began for me when I was about 13. Although I always danced in school, I always used to do kind of shows and stage performances in school. But when I was 13, I went for my first Footwork International dance sport competition, and that's initially a ballroom championship. And then when I went for that and I saw those girls in their dresses and their technique and the steps they were doing, I just knew in my heart, I knew that's what I wanted to do someday. And I was just 13, but I knew for a fact that I'm going to end up doing what they're doing, which is ballroom Latin American dancing. And since then, I went for my first class with Tony, and then he taught me all my basics. So did his wife, Michelle, and so many other dancers there like Tammy and Mark. They were my seniors at the time. I learned so much from them. And from there on, yeah, it just escalated. So I went to England, not really to study dance, but I went to England to study fashion designing because I really loved to draw and I loved fashion as well, so I thought I'd go study that and do my degree. But in England, I thought, okay, why waste this opportunity, because they've got the best dancers and the best ballroom exposure there. And there was this massive competition, it still is, called Blackpool Internationals, which is the biggest ballroom championship in the world, where all dancers from around the world come there and compete. So my dream was to someday dance there. So I had this in my mind that I'd go to England to study fashion, and then while doing that, also compete. And that's how I got into dance there. But it wasn't easy. I had to go online and look for a partner. And finally, I had two partners that didn't work. And then I had to move to Bristol to dance with my cousin. And then we built a partnership and started competing in England. In terms of networking in England, it's a one-man show. I mean, you have to sort out yourself. It's all about you and what you do for yourself. No one's going to help you there. As soon as I went in, they needed a president and they saw that I had some kind of dance background, so they made me the president. And there I networked a lot because I had a dance teacher there who helped me to get to places in London and go dance, and exposed me to a lot of people and a lot of dancers there, which I wouldn't have known if not for him. So he said, you know, TJ, they called me TJ, they were like, go, you know, talk to this person, see if you can get into this and that. And through that I made a lot of friends in London who were salsa dancers, and that kind of gave me the exposure to this kind of Cuban salsa, merengue, this Latin world in London. So Cuban Fury, this British movie that happened, which also happened through my dance teacher in Hertfordshire, my university. So he said, listen TJ, we're doing this movie and I'm gonna have to cast in it, and would you like to go try out? And I thought, yeah, why not, I'll give it a go. But then when I went there, it was full of professional dancers, professional salsa dancers, and I thought, I don't stand a chance here. But I went ahead, did the audition, and they liked my style because I was a ballroom dancer. I was different to what they usually do. They liked my style, I guess they liked my look. I was probably the only Asian girl in that movie. What an experience. It was amazing. There were like over 200 dancers, and we shot in this place called Coco in London. Massive, massive place, and oh my god, the people, the community, the salsa community there is just so amazing. It was one whole week of shooting, and you had to just be with them, eat with them, talk to them, learn their cultures, dance with them. They don't break for even a minute. as soon as you finish shooting, they'll just play some music and these guys will be dancing. I mean, their whole life just revolves around dance. It was a fabulous experience. As a dancer, I think I bring a certain character to the stage. So I mean, you're like an actor, you have to be versatile. You have to be able to take the role of the performance they want you to do. So for example, if they want you to do like a Great Gatsby act, you've got to get into that mood and be either sexy or seductive or really lively, or maybe you've got to be in this really like melancholy kind of like sad moment, sad mood. So I would say that I like to like interpret the music and whatever the performance is in however way I feel best, and then put it onto the floor. I always try and tell them to dance their heart out, but a lot of the times when you get caught up in technique, they kind of forget about dancing and they just do the techniques. They're like, oh my god, right leg forward, left leg back, am I supposed to stand up like this, hands, you know, posture, breathing. Yes, it's all very important, but once you've got that down, then it's a matter of just letting yourself go. It's a lot about musicality, listening to the music, and then just performing. Because we're all artists at the end of the day, we're all dancers, we're performers. Like, we do this because we love doing this. It evokes something in us, and we like to please a person by doing it, or maybe please ourselves. So either way, if that feeling is not put out at each and every performance that you do, then you shouldn't be doing it at all.